Now at 10, retailers in Joplin open their doors bright and early for annual Black Friday shopping. Plus, experts say millions of shoppers turned out for Black Friday deals across the nation. And
for the people that don't want to fight the crowds at the big box stores, well, there is an alternative. And this alternative helps support the local economy. I'm Ty Parks. I have the story highlighting Small Business Saturday coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The holiday shopping season is officially underway as more than 186 million Americans are expected to hit the stores between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. In Joplin, the Black Friday tradition is alive and well, with eager shoppers lined up before dawn to snag the best deals. At Kohl's, the first customers arrived as early as 3 a.m. for the 5 a.m. opening, hoping to grab limited Kohl's cash cards that offered shoppers a chance to win money towards their purchases. Stores across town, including JCPenney's, Kohl's, Walmart, and Target, were filled with holiday shoppers fueled by big discounts and the thrill of the hunt.
It is not my first time doing Black Friday. I will say I haven't done it in the past couple of years just because of COVID. You know, everything's kind of winded down, but you can see that people are still in the spirit. They still wait in line and all the things, but yeah, it's a great time.
Over at Walmart on 15th and Rangeline, doors opened at 6 a.m. and shoppers there arrived before 5 a.m. in search of their top pick, plush toys. Retailers hope to score big with inflation-weary shoppers today. Elaine Quijano takes a closer look at the impact Black Friday shopping has on the country.
As Americans pack up their Thanksgiving leftovers, many will be decking the halls with a lot of shopping bags. A record 187 million people are expected to shop this Thanksgiving weekend.
For the most part, the deals have been exceptional.
Shoppers are expected to spend an average of $890 each on gifts, decor, and food this season. That's down slightly from last year as consumers face higher prices due to sticky inflation and tariff costs.
Between food and buying my son everything he needs and wants, it's a struggle, but we make the best out of it.
Despite economic uncertainty and the lowest consumer sentiment in 3 years, shoppers are still spending on that holiday magic.
Even with this uncertainty, consumers are seeking out what's important to them and what's within their control. And that's their community, their connection to other people, and these moments with their family.
Retailers are hoping for a boost too, which could mean better deals to lure shoppers in the door.
Retailers are certainly trying to balance what consumers want and need while also still trying to manage their own costs. But deals are out there to be found.
On Black Friday, look for deals on anything with a plug, including appliances and TVs. More store-wide deals on apparel and beauty are expected Cyber Monday.
Shoppers are being more intentional. They are finding those different ways to stretch their holiday budget, so they are feeling so much better about the items that they are buying, even if those budgets are a little bit tighter this year.
To maximize your budget, consider using store loyalty programs and credit cards if you can pay them off in full for additional savings and perks. And stack your discounts by using cash back apps like Rakuten, ShopBack, and Ibotta on top of store sales. And of course, make that list and check it twice.
The biggest thing is do your research, check out what is available, and if you see something that you want, go in and grab it. There's no
Well, Black Friday online sales are projected to generate nearly $12 billion in the U.S. and $78 billion globally. Small businesses across the country face rising costs and limited access to affordable loans this Small Business Saturday. From surging import expenses to credit rates above 7%, business owners struggle to maintain operations while planning for growth. Doug Scheffel, who co-owns ETM Manufacturing in Massachusetts, laid off a quarter of his workforce in April as tariffs reduced demand for machine parts.
If you're spending all your time worrying about how to get your payables in line, your cash in line, and you're taking out really expensive debt to cover those gaps, it's hard to think about growth because you just can't afford it.
Economist Aaron Terraza says a bank lending condition for small businesses have tightened for 13 consecutive quarters. Many small businesses now pay interest rates well above 10%, making expansion plans nearly impossible during the current economic climate. Well, it's been a big Black Friday, but those looking for a more personal touch will be taking advantage of Small Business Saturday. KOAM's Ty Parks talked with a small business about what this means to them.
Well, if you don't support small, then eventually there will be no small. So if you don't like fighting with crowds, if you don't like having limited options, then you have to support small because eventually they will disappear.
Small Business Saturday is a way to highlight the area small businesses that help make the local economy flow.
Community for resources, for investing back into different services, and more of that money stays here in the Joplin area and region.
The unique shops and boutiques offer a wide variety of things that big box stores can't.
For them to be able to move inventory, but a great way also for people to purchase unique gifts and support our local economy.
Local revenue generated goes to support the local government through sales tax.
I think we provide something that big box stores don't provide. Like, we have personalized experiences for people. We have such a beautiful space. And then also when you shop with us, it just means more. Like, your dollar goes to someone that's going to put food on their table.
The shops put in a lot of work to create an experience shoppers will not get at a larger store.
Spend so much of ourselves making this place a place that people will enjoy, and so for people to walk around in here and find something that they love, it just really makes us happy.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Check your local Chamber of Commerce Facebook or website for a list of special happenings for Small Business Saturday in your community. Meteorologist Donald O'Keefe joins us now with a look at weather.
Well, if you're planning on doing some more shopping on Saturday, there is rain expected in the forecast, and it's going to be breezy as well. So hopefully you got your shopping done today. But if you're looking to get out, it's also going to be pretty cold as well for our Sunday, and then possible snow flurries on Monday behind this cold front that's going to be pushing through Saturday. So that's what let's talk about for tonight. We're going to see rain start to build in. We're going to see rain into Saturday, and then we're going to start drying out through Saturday evening and into Sunday. Let's take a look at the future track for this. So this is tonight, Saturday at midnight. There's that rain pushing through Saturday. It's just going to be showers, very spotty, a little bit of drizzle as we progress through the later parts of the morning. We're only going to warm up to about 48 degrees for our Saturday, but that rain is going to start to really push out as we progress through Saturday evening and into the overnight before that really terrible cold air starts to build in. But I'll have more details about that cold air and that possible snow coming up.
All right, thanks, Donald. Christmas parade season gets underway. Coming up, the annual pump lighting in La Russell. But up first, we're headed to Oklahoma, where 6 generations plus one holiday equals a 140-year-old family tradition. 6 generations of an Oklahoma family just celebrated another holiday tradition this Thanksgiving. For 140 years in a row, the Melums have gathered in Claremore for a Thanksgiving family reunion. Steph Manchin has more on their milestone.
One thing you always know on Thanksgiving, if you're not here, you should be.
From just 40 days old to 86 years young, every Milam that could make it to Claremore did.
I have only missed 1 year in my life, and that was COVID year. So I've been coming, this is my 69th.
Thanksgiving has been their most treasured time of year since 1886.
This is just what we do.
And he talks about coming up the Old Texas Trail.
It's a day they've dedicated to honoring and learning about their roots.
I feel like I know more who I am by knowing my family.
And the legacy their family-focused ancestors left behind.
Growing up as a kid, I always felt like I was part of something bigger. A lot of people they feel alone and such. I never felt the least bit alone.
I don't know how you could with all these people here.
This is the one day a year most of the Milums, who are now spread all across the country, get together.
Because I've seen them once a year for my whole life, would I see them again and it's only been a year? It's like picking up a conversation right where you left off.
140 years of sharing memories and laughter over a meal together holds a powerful message that Melanie wants to share with other families.
It's never too late to start a tradition, and I feel in this time of the world that families need to stick together and really support each other, and so you can you know, who knows, you can start one now and you too can be 140 years down the line.
More than 150 family members from 14 states made it to the reunion. The Joplin City Hall storefront is decorated for Christmas. The panels are now painted up with a scene of Main Street Christmas. The regional artist Sandra Pemberton decorated the windows with vinyl. Joplin Tourism and Visitor Center Director Patrick Tuttle says decorating the windows is a tradition that goes back to the Newman department store days. The holiday parade season kicked off last night in the 4 states with the beloved 15th annual Lighting of the Pump in La Russell, Missouri. Now, this charming parade, led by the famous Humdinger's Kazoo Band, ended with a unique tradition, lighting the century-old water pump in the middle of Main Street. Now, this year's celebration was extra special, honoring newlyweds Zach and Madeline Babcock as grand marshals. They were engaged under the pump's glow last year. It's not too soon to start planning out a trip to some upcoming Christmas parades. KOAM has a list of Christmas parades from all 4 states. The next ones are Monday night in Pittsburgh and in Carthage. Just scan this QR code and head over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, to see the full list. The Lamar Fire Department is one of many agencies helping KOAM kick off our Toy Box campaign. Since 1988, we've been teaming up with you, our 4-state community, in one of the area's largest toy drives to benefit underprivileged children. And they've got their toy box out now where folks can drop off a new unwrapped toy for a local kid. And there are several ways you can help out this holiday season. Just scan the QR code on your screen to learn more. There are a list of toy box drop-off locations, a way to make a monetary donation, and once again this year, we'll have our Toy Box Tuesday telethons, and the first one is next Tuesday. Thank you for helping to make a difference in our community. A little later, that cuddly kitten in your lap has the genes of a deadly hunter. But when did it become the perfect companion? The answer coming up.
And we're forecasting some rain for Saturday and some cold temperatures on Sunday that could disrupt your holiday shopping plans. A look at that forecast coming up. Well, we're looking at a pretty wet weekend for our Saturday and some cold temperatures behind it. Let's take a look at our rain chances over the next 48 hours. As you can see, starting tonight into Saturday morning, we're going to see some rain that's going to be pushing through and then finally drying out by Saturday evening into Sunday. But behind it, it's going to be pretty cold. But I'll get to that in a minute. So let's time this right now for the rain. So tomorrow, this is going to be midnight. You can see rain starting to push in. That's going to be lingering through our Saturday morning. And we're going to get, like I said, we're just going to see just spotty rain, just a little bit of showers. This is tomorrow about 1 o'clock. We're only going to see temperatures about 48, maybe 50 degrees, but behind it is going to be some very cold air. And along with this cold air, it's going to be very breezy as well. We're going to see wind gusts about 25, 30, maybe even 35 miles an hour. You look at that right there. You see that was pushing in? That's that cold front that's going to be pushing in Saturday, bringing that very cold air behind it and wind chills with it as well. So like I said, it's going to be very windy through Saturday and into Sunday morning. So our feels like, so this is for Saturday and through the next couple of days. So Saturday, as you're waking up, 34 degrees for our wind chill, you're going to definitely need a jacket, but that cold front is going to be pushing through Saturday into Sunday morning. So as we're progressing through Saturday night, here we see those temperatures start to drop. The feel like, look at those temperatures, 12 degrees, 10 degrees. It's going to feel very, very cold out there. That wind that's going to be coming through is going to make it feel very uncomfortable. So you're definitely going to need a jacket as you're getting out the door because it's going to feel, like I said, very chilly. I can't express that more than enough. So how much rain are we going to get with this system that's going to be pushing tonight and tomorrow? Areas will see about 1/10 of an inch to about 1/4, maybe even about 1/2 an inch. So not a lot of rain, but it's still going to be lingering. Like as you can see for Joplin, for tomorrow, 43 degrees as you're getting up at 7 a.m. Rain showers till we get with about the later parts of the afternoon, only a high of about 49. So actually it's supposed to be on the indigo sky right now, but we're not looking too bad out there right now before that rain actually starts to settle in later this evening. All right, let's take a look at our upper level flow here. So there's that system that's going to be pushing in Saturday. That's going to make its way out, bringing in that cold Arctic air behind it. And then there's our next system right here coming in on Monday, bringing in the chances for some snow flurries. I can't give you an accumulation right now, maybe a dusting, but it's still going to be very cold behind that as well. As you can see for Wednesday, it's going to be dry. Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be dry. And it's like I said, it's going to warm up just a tad bit, but the overnight lows are still going to be very cold and below freezing. All right, let's take a closer look. So Tomorrow, 6 a.m., there's that rain. We're going to see the temperatures only get up to, like I said, maybe the upper 40s before we get to Sunday at 1 p.m. There's our high for Sunday, 33 degrees. So maybe on the cloudier side, but a little bit more sunny for Sunday before that next system comes in on Monday, bringing cold temperatures and possibly, like I said, some snow flurries associated with that as well. Tuesday dries out, still pretty cold in the mid-30s. Wednesday, the same thing. We warm up just a tad bit, getting up to the mid-40s. But it's going to be, like I said, the main story is rain this weekend and then cold. There's our frost and freeze forecast. So Saturday through Wednesday, going to be in the 20s, overnight lows. You're definitely going to need a jacket if you're going to do anything outside. But like I said, the cold weather is coming. Our 10-day has rain for tomorrow, very cold Sunday, cold temperatures on Monday with possible flurries, and then going to be somewhat nice on Tuesday and Wednesday, but it's going to be very cold.
Yeah, prepare for the cold. Winter is here.
Most definitely.
Simple enough. All right, thanks, Donald.
Of course.
Well, firefighters battle a massive 5-alarm warehouse fire in St. Louis this morning after flames broke out overnight. The fire started around 2:30 at the Crundon Martin warehouse complex. Now, authorities say 4 buildings caught fire, with one collapsing. The flames reached up to 300 feet high. Strong winds spread burning embers eastward, igniting electric lines and railroad tracks. More than 200 firefighters responded. Crews rescued several people from the buildings believed to be homeless individuals living in the abandoned warehouses. And authorities say the fire will likely burn into Sunday due to combustible material stored inside the heavy-duty factory buildings. No injuries have been reported. Still ahead, strength through adversity, how the Seneca Indians overcame some regular season losses on their way to another playoff season.
The Seneca Indians are back in the state semifinals for the 3rd straight season. And while it's become a yearly tradition for the Indians to be practicing on Thanksgiving, this season has been different compared to the last 2 years. In 2023 and 24, Seneca finished a perfect undefeated regular season record. But this season, the Indians have faced adversity, dealing with injuries throughout the year and falling in the regular season finale to Lamar. While reflecting on 2025 up to this point, Seneca feels they are a better team after battling through the obstacles.
This year's been different. It's kind of been a year of adversity. We've battled injuries all year and kind of were beat up going into week 9 and lost a football game. And we decided right there that wasn't going to define us. We were going to learn from it and grow and become a better football team, and I think that's what we did. It's forced us to grow throughout the season. You know, we developed depth and had to have that next man up mentality, and our kids have continued to do that all year. And now we're to a point where we can rely on some other people to step up and make plays for us.
We had 2 starters hurt, 2 All-State guys hurt, and we just had to overcome that, elevate our game, and I think that's been a big key in our season this year. They've impressed me, and I know they've impressed the coaching staff, and just to know we have those guys if we need them is great.
A key for this Seneca team is their experience. With back-to-back state championship game appearances, the Indians understand what it takes to play on the biggest stage. And as they look to punch their ticket to the state title for a 3rd straight year, Seneca believes their experience is what separates them from years past.
We got some seniors that have played in 2 state championship games. A lot of them have been playing since their sophomore year, so they've seen it all, the ups and downs and the heartbreak of losing the state championship game and what it takes to get there. So they understand the routine, they understand the process, and they're playing for another chance. And that's all we want. We're playing for one more week together as a football team.
Some teams have been here, some teams haven't. We've been a team that's been here, and especially for the guys all around, you can't teach experience, so just go out there and know what's going to happen before it happens is amazing.
The Indians and Bulldogs clash with a trip to St. Joe on the line tomorrow at 1 from Tom Hodge Field. But yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs suffered their 6th loss of the season to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. That puts Kansas City at 6-6 on the year, and it was certainly a disappointing result after the Chiefs' promising win over the AFC South leading Colts last week. The game against the Cowboys emphasized the Chiefs' biggest problem this season. They can't win the close games. They're now 1-6 in one-score contests.
Just missed opportunities. I mean, it's just like all the losses we've had this year. I mean, getting the ball 2 times kind of at midfield in the start of the second half and then not coming through and getting points at all. That's stuff that you can't do against good football teams, and we did that today.
You go back to the drawing board and you keep working is what you do. And we were close here, but we had too many opportunities that we gave away, and you can't. Two good teams playing each other, you can't have those things. Right?
The Chiefs now sit in 9th place in the AFC playoff picture. They're going to need to be near perfect the rest of the way for a shot at the playoffs. Well, that's it for sports. We're back with more after this.
New research reveals how your house cat went from wild hunter to couch companion. 2 studies trace the journey of cat domestication across continents and centuries. Now, the first study analyzed genetic data from 87 ancient modern cat genomes. Researchers found domestic cats originated in North Africa, not the Middle East as previously thought. Now, these cats first reached Europe about 2,000 years ago during the Roman Empire's expansion. The second study examined DNA from 22 feline bones found in China spanning 5,000 years. Scientists discovered domestic cats arrived in China by 730 AD via the Silk Road. Before then, leopard cats lived with humans but never became domesticated. The studies appear in the journal Science and Cell Genomics. Interesting.
Definitely.
A little history of our favorite little furry feline there.
I mean, I love cats, and I'm sure they're not going to take this, you know, it's going to be pretty cold out there for cats if you're letting them outside. I mean, like I said, we're going to see some rain tomorrow, and behind that, it's going to be very cold on Sunday, and that cold's going to linger around through Wednesday. But look at that on Monday. We could see some possible snow flurries. It could be our first snow of the year before we kind of warm up a little bit again on Wednesday, but it's going to be pretty cold over the next couple of days.
And the sporting world also, you know, appreciates cats. There's a lot of cat mascots out there too.
For sure. But I'm going to take you guys into the future. 2031, the Women's World Cup. 14 United States sites were mentioned, proposed. One of them was Kansas City. So
Wow.
we might have back-to-back World Cups in Kansas City. That would be awesome.
That would be really cool. All right. Well, that is it for KOAM News at 10. Thank you for watching. Have a great night and an even better weekend.